Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm replacing an alternator on a 2005 Saturn Ion. I've already gotten started a little bit here. I've taken the intake pipe off, and then I was looking at how I'm going to get this out of here, and my one main concern is that this coolant intake pipe, this coolant intake hose from the thermostat housing to the upper radiator is in the way here. So we'll see, we'll cross that bridge when it gets there. First things first though, first thing second I guess in this case is on these cars the battery is mounted in the trunk. So pull this up right here, here's your battery. We're going to disconnect that before we do any work to this alternator. Alright, next step is to take this air box off to get better access to the alternator. Really simple. I've already gone and done it, but it's just the one bolt right there. There's the stud down there, and it just pulls out of these back two holes, as you can see right there. So it's real simple, real easy. Get that out of your way, then you don't have to worry about it. Then the next thing is you're going to have to get on the tensioner pulley for the serpentine belt. Now, a standard 3/8 drive ratchet normally fits into a slot down on the tensioner pulley. Problem is that they don't give you much room in between the fender well here and the pulley, so the normal ratchet doesn't fit. Now, they make special tools for that. They make serpentine belt tools that you can purchase at work, but I've got an abundance of these little Craftsman ratchets, so I just ground down the end of it to get on the pulley, and then once you're on it, you can just use it just like the regular tool. Okay, once you got the belt off there, you're going to come on the back side of the alternator. You're going to disconnect this plug right here, and then you're going to pull this boot down, and there's a stud that's the main power. If I can get the boot off of it. That main power stud, you pull that off there. Then all you have to do is unmount it. You've got two bolts here, and you got bolts down here too, and that should be it. Okay, got the plugs out. Oops, dropping stuff. When your plug's in here like that, this little tab right here needs to be pulled up. The best thing to do is come from behind it with a little pick, pry it up a little easy, and pull it out that way. That way you're not fighting it. The nut holding that power pull stud on is 13 millimeter. Same with the bolts that are holding the alternator on, they're 13. I can probably pull it out right here. Oh yeah. Without draining the coolant. Okay. New one in, double check, make sure everything's where it's supposed to be before you throw it in here. Underneath the hose, line the studs back up, or line the holes back up for the bolts, and then run them in. Double check your belt orientation. Make sure your belt's going around the compressor, alternator, crank, and everything evenly. And then even when you start it up, you're going to want to check and make sure the belt stays on. But it looks like everything's where it's supposed to be. But again, we'll start it up and double check the belt stays on and stays in alignment. Alright, put the air cleaner box back in. We're going to tighten this bolt up down here, if you can see it. That holds that down. And then you're plugging in your mass air sensor here. Just like that. And then your boot. You put the boot all the way on, tighten the hose clamps, and then we'll put the battery back together and test it out. Alright, got her fired up. Double checking the belt, making sure they're on there, staying where they're supposed to. Looks good. Let's check our alternator output here. And watch that meter. It should be pretty close to 14 volts, if not over 14 volts. Yep, 14 and a half. All right, that's it. All done. It was pretty easy, a lot easier than I expected. I thought I was going to fight with getting that thing out of there more, but it actually went really smooth once I took that air box out of there. So anyway, that's replacing an alternator on the 2003 Saturn Ion. Thanks for watching. If you guys like what I do on this channel, please consider subscribing and also hit that like button for me. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one.